Unfortunately, the sound hasn't recorded very well, so hope you don't mind, but I'm going to be narrating over the top of the original sound here. As you can see here, I am just finishing off the neckline. I'm about to start drawing the neck. I've noticed that some of my students have had problems with doing necks recently. So here I'm just adding the neck in, and shading is very important when we're creating portraits. Now the ears will come, usually line them up with about where the ears are, but it's a bit hard to explain whilst I was drawing, because I was in an altered state there, that we've got to be aware of where the light source is, and this affects then where the shadows are, and this is what helps to make a portrait look a little bit more real. So if we've got the light source coming from the top right hand corner, then anything below that, where the light can't reach, we've got to create shadow. And with the charcoal, as you can see, it's quite easy to just drag down the charcoal, and this then immediately gives this optical illusion of shadow. I absolutely love this part of creating the shadows with the charcoal. So remember where that light's coming from, because it's coming top right hand corner, the left hand side is going to be a lot more in shadow than what the right hand side would be. So look at that magic, isn't it? I love watching myself on these videos. It's like I'm watching somebody else do it. I hope that you've been enjoying this video and my other videos as well. You can see I'm very passionate at what I'm doing here. See how a little bit of cheekbone starting to appear there, where just adding that little bit more shadow. There you go. And you would have some shadow on the right hand side as well, because light doesn't travel around corners very well. Here I'm just putting on just a basic little collar there, just to finish off the neck. And again, the light can't get into all the places, so a little bit more shading needs to go in there. Be interested to know if anyone has recognised this lovely lady. I referred to her as really lovely lady the whole time I was drawing, and I really did feel that she was. And I feel that she was very well respected by all her family. I do feel that she would have got to an older age than what I've actually drawn her as. She felt a lot older to me, and the crazy thing about psychic art is that, if you was having your picture taken tomorrow, you would want to look good, wouldn't you? So a lot of people who come forward to have their portraits drawn will show themselves at an younger age than what they actually were. Perhaps that's because that was a happy time for them. I'm feeling that there's a sun that connects with this lady, at least one sun. I feel that communication may have been a little bit hard towards the end, and I did struggle sometimes when I was drawing and talking, and this again can happen when there is problems with communication at the end. I also feel a bit out of breath with her as well. I can see her in a garden as I'm talking, so I do feel that she would have loved the outside. She would have loved wildlife. Now here I'm coming in and I'm putting a bit more shading in the hair, because basically that's what it is. That's how you make the curls and things like this, is by capturing where the shadows are. Um, in a minute you'll see me holding a special rubber, and we call it a putty rubber, and you can get them in most places, WH Smith, good art shops, and they're absolutely brilliant. They're a bit of a stress ball as well. You can have them in your hand, and you just play with it. It's a bit like blue tack when it's in your hand. See, there's the rubber. That's a good squidged one. It gets very sticky in your hand, which means that it can lift off the charcoal quite easily, and pencil as well. So it's not just for erasing, but it also is for bringing highlights. It's for drawing with. Absolutely wonderful tool, especially for bringing out the reflection in eyes. I haven't had to do that in this portrait, but if someone's got very dark eyes, then it's absolutely an ideal tool. As I say, I hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial. My students have asked me to create one where I'm actually explaining as to how I put the face together. I love to teach and just share what I've learnt, with others. And if you're interested, then I do teach an online course where you can find more information about that at my website, www.workingforspirit.com. Or just come find me on Facebook and ask me about it, and I'm happy to answer any questions. But this is absolutely lovely. Thank you.